If you were to ask anyone in Edmonton what the most dangerous part of the city was, the answer would unanimously be the north side. Our media has inundated us with coverage of this mysterious North Edmonton where all the violence and the crime happens, but the reality is very, very different. Late 1800s and early 1900s, Canada ran a program that aimed to bring immigrants from Eastern Europe to break the land and begin agriculture. Of course, millions of farmers from Eastern Europe jumped on the opportunity to escape the feudal states they lived in and finally get some property of their own. My great grandfather was one of them. Life wasn't rosy for Albertan Ukrainians at the time. They faced discrimination from the mainly Anglo populations in the cities and the governments. And much like today, the government at the time manipulated and pandered votes between the Ukrainians and the Anglos, taking advantage to the desire for the better life and an end to the persecution. Ultimately, assimilation was the end goal. This was also at a time when Alberta was experimenting with eugenics. Proponents of eugenics in Canada, like the entire Social Credit Party, Henrietta Muir Edwards, Emily Murphy, Louise McKinney, Nellie McClung, and Tommy Douglas, all viewed Ukrainians and Eastern Europeans as subhuman. During this time, Alberta would also establish the Eugenics Board, which went on to forcibly sterilize 2,800 people, with an approval rate of 99% for all cases that were referred to the board. North Edmonton at the time was an industrial village called by locals Packingtown due to its meatpacking plant. The area around Edmonton was largely rural, but at the same time, the property values on the north side of the CN tracks was cheap. For Ukrainian immigrants with little wealth, it was the perfect place to start a new life. But as with any low-income area, crimes of poverty were certainly present, especially when compared to the more affluent areas of the time like Alberta Avenue and Strathcona. As Edmonton, Strathcona, North Edmonton, Jasper Place, and Beverly began to grow, they amalgamated into Edmonton, but the perception of North Edmonton being dangerous has persisted to this day unfairly. The area that the media today considers North Edmonton was in fact the actual town of Edmonton. Various news articles will refer to the violence and crimes that are committed in North Edmonton that are in fact almost directly in the center of the city. For reference, the middle of Edmonton is marked as the intersection of Jasper Avenue and 100th Avenue, avenues increasing as you go north. Today, the North Edmonton that everyone fears is nothing like what the media portrays. As with any urban environment, there's certainly some problems, but safety is not a concern here. We have beautiful tree-lined streets, parks, and historic buildings. There's been a rush of investment coming into these communities to increase density, and the expansion of NAIT has brought more students and businesses to the area. Is it likely that the media intends to perpetuate the North Edmonton myth? No, not at all. It's much more likely that this idea of the dangerous North Side is just now an outdated misinterpretation that's stuck around for far too long. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, please shoot me a like and a subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it lets me know to keep making them if people want to keep watching them. Thank you. Have a great day.